And welcome back to Eisenhorn Xenos, Part 3, the game, not the book. Sorry about that. We have here the T-pose of Doom. Talk to my allies.
What do you know?
We're as good as dead. No wonder my master leaves this kind of work to you suicidal radicals. I just wish I hadn't agreed to join you.
Thank you for that, Haldane. Anyone else want to offer something less editorial?
We're in a prison cell under the west wing, to the rear, almost under the woodlands. They burst into our quarters after you'd been gone 3 hours and seized us at gunpoint. I memorized a careful note of the route we were taking to this place, and have mentally compared it with Midas's map, so I'm fairly sure of our location.
By the way, when Haldane said we're a radical, it's interesting because I don't think we're really that radical yet. Elizabeth and...
Are you really an Inquisitor, Sire Archibald?
Yes, I am. My name is Eisenhorn.
We're dead. You've taken us to our deaths.
Michaelis, shut up!
I felt some pity for them. Guild Synesius was rotten to the core, and these men were corrupt. But they were only in this predicament because I duped them.
Elizabeth, nothing?
What is it?
Admilodox, a 10-gram dose. You look like you need it.
I don't use drugs.
Admilodox is a painkiller and a mind clearer. I don't care if you do drugs or not. I want that in the system if that gate opens.
Why?
Have you ever been to a pits fight?
Prove yourself. Outside. Now. I said move it. Outside. Now.
I'm actually curious if he'll shoot me. Yes, you could probably guess what's going on here. And what must we fight? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, this is another funny cutscene. Jesus Christ.
The Inquisition will show you no mercy.
Kill them! Now! Kill them!
It's probably the best line of voice acting we've heard so far. Oh Christ, shielded enemies. With what was that? An 8-point star chaos? What the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Hey, nice, we've got a... I've got fishing with me. Yeah, so the drop pod thing actually happened. In the book. Sorry, still anything. Sorry gang, leaving my allies behind.
What was that?
Seems it was a bone-hurting valve. Oof, ow, my bones.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Who's there? Intruder!
I think this is a brutal kill. Oh! Cheers for chicken. Edo Carlance, personal data slate log 112. Activity has picked up in the last few days. Ship after ship of supplies has just as many recruits. A lot of talk that we will be moving out soon to fulfill the purpose of our recruitment. To what end, I have no idea, but the Lords promised our weight and riches, and more importantly, our Emperor's eternal blessing. I have heard that the spies captured were Inquisitors. Why would they impede our Lord's work? Unless I'm missing something. Oh. Most interesting.
Eisenhorn! Die, scum!
Step back.
I bet the eviscerator chainsaw would be fun.
There's no escape, heretic.
The House of Glor will tear your bastard Emperor from his throne.
The music's good, it's just very sudden. So I know, like, with the Warhammer TV show, like, we want to see all the Space Marines. I want to see this. I want to see this adapted as a TV show. It'd be so much easier to pull off the intrigue than there's a budget. Orosaurus would be good as well. What is even going on? Unless it is actually like the Inquisition. Let's deal with the snipers first. Ah! Jesus.
Use your last breaths wisely and unfold your truths to me, or the The Inquisition will teach you pain that Gorgon Locke has yet to imagine.
You cannot even begin to imagine the imperial misery House Glow will wreak. The worlds of the Imperium will blister and burn before Oberon and Pontius. Exalted will be the great darkness of Slaanesh.
Last time I've seen like a slide transition like that was a fade to black going sideways was in Medieval.
Where's Amos? The girl?
Last I saw her, the Savant was bustling around somewhere making notes. I haven't seen Elizabeth since we freed them from the pit.
Oberon Glor?
No trace.
Gorgon Locke? The churchman, Datso?
They're all probably cinders in the craft that tried to escape.
Decoys.
The Glavian is right for my money. I'm glad naval security could serve you here, Inquisitor Eisenhorn. I hope it's restored your faith in the battle fleets.
I liked him. An honest man doing his best amid the conflicting political interests of Battlefleet Command and the Inquisition. In later years, I would come to value all Madothine's honesty and discretion immeasurably.
I like those little notes where he gives his character references and reviews.
Voke had brought a staff of nearly 50 with him. They had stripped the noble house of every shred of evidence they could find.
Much has been deleted, dumped, or burned. Much else is encrypted.
Iclone's mission to Hubris involving the Pontius was clearly important to them. But Oberon Glor told me explicitly that said endeavor had been aborted. Cancelled because something more vital had come into play. They referred to it as the true matter.
It would explain why your foe, Iclone, was abandoned. After all his
I
preparations,
think Commodus Voke has
failed
more
to deliver the Pontius as they had promised.
That fits.
facial details and textures
Master Locke were
than
clearly
Eisenhorn.
involved in this true matter. We need to establish more facts about them. They mentioned the Saruthi.
A Xenos breed, outlying the subsector. Little is known of them, and contact is forbidden. The Inquisition holds several investigations pending, but their space is uncharted.
But a rogue like Locke may well have established lines of contact with them.
Ordo Xenos must begin a survey of the Saruthi, but for now the matter is closed.
How do you reason that?
House Claw is destroyed. Its principal members and co-conspirators are slain. Whatever they were planning is finished.
I didn't even begin to argue with the old man. Voke was sure of his facts. His main failing, in my opinion. He was wrong, of course. I had returned to Dorsey in the care of the Imperial Hospice, where my many wounds and injuries were treated. Most of the cuts and gashes were superficial. Locke's work on me had left deeper scars. My face, they could do nothing with. Locke's promise had been lasting. I would never smile again, nor make much of any expression. Amos visited me to source information concerning the Glor's Confederates. The Ecclesiarchy had no record of a churchman named Datso. But I remembered that he had links to a missionary order sponsored by the Glors on the Edgeworld Damask. Astrogeographically, it lay just a few months' passage spinward of the uncharted regions of the mysterious Saruthi. Loink extracted from my mind the likeness of the pipe-smoking man. The image was copied and circulated through all branches of the investigating authorities. Loink recovered an image of the Pontius, too, by the same means. Amos confirmed that the strange artifact was precisely the correct size and dimensions to fit into the cavity in Iclone's casket. The one recovered from Processional 212. This was what Iclone had been awaiting. What the mass murder in the hubris Ice Tomb had been for.
I thought the game was broke. Hello? Do I actually have to do some scanning here? Gameplay? In my Eisenhorn bit? Well, because that was in the book probably, wasn't it? Oh, that's a gun cutter there as well.
A catastrophic series of incidents began to unfold. It began with the Ultima Victrix exploding at anchor above Dorsey. In the ensuing chaos, Battlefleet Scaras waged war against itself. 6 ships were lost. Captain Estrom's mobile battle group mysteriously vanished in the confusion.
What's the player?
It took little time to ascertain that no amount of torture would make Urizel talk. Any doubts that the Glor's authority had survived were dispelled over the course of the next week. Sabotage and riots spread across the subsector, and the Lord Militant's fleet was put to quelling revolt at home instead. Chaos reigned. Why, after what may have been centuries of careful, secret establishment, had the hidden cults risen, exposing themselves to the wrath of the Imperial military? I believed the answer was the true matter. The archenemy was embarked upon something so momentous that it was prepared to sacrifice all of its secret forces to keep the Imperium occupied.
Oh, we might be
A harsh
reaching the
frontier
end.
planet at the very limit of the Helican subsector.
Oh, Jesus.
One of a
I
hundred
just remembered.
worthless, seldom visited places, and the location of the mysterious Datso's supposed mission.
I've been sectioning the landscape as you requested, Inquisitor. The atmosphere is hindering my scans, but I'm getting there.
This fucking map.
I just ran a sweep of the volcanic region south of you. It's hard to tell because it's active, but I think there are signs of structures and operating machines.
So up there's a gun cutter. Which is a classification of ship, but it doesn't actually have a name. In my short stories, the gun cutter that the Inquisitor Rygate's crew use is called the Clementina. But before I publish it on my on YouTube, I might have to do some corrections. Maybe give him a frigate. Rather than a gun cutter, because I think the gun cutter is too small for what I want to do.
Gregor, this
Oh,
is
here we
the
are.
vantage point from here. Take a look.
What the hell was that?
A giant. A horned giant in jeweled metal. God, Emperor. But it's huge.
Rosethorn.
Now is not a good time. The monster looked like he'd stood immobile in that spot for 1,000 years. Just a glance at him inspired terror and revulsion, involuntary feelings of dread that I could barely repress. A space marine, from the corrupted and damned Astartes. A chaos marine.
Let's find a way down.
Sanctum meant that he detected a ship or ships emerging from the immaterium in real space and was withdrawing to a concealment orbit behind the local star. Which meant that all of us on the planet were on our own.
See, so I've got our astropath. Link. And fishing. Yeah, so there's a part of this that I'm not going to like. It's going to take a while, I think.
The air was hot and thick with sulfur, as though we'd found some neglected entrance into hell.
No joke, there was a part that took me an hour to navigate. And near as I can tell, it's a bit like, you know, like the Bowser's Castles in Super Mario, where it's like you've got to do the certain combination to succeed the level. Or you start all over again. I think that's what it was trying to be, but even shitter than that. Like, I know, right? Hard to believe. I do like the skybox there. They've done a very good job of that. Any treasure? Any dudes? Any bad dudes? No. I'm looking around for fucking treasure. Because I could jump down that way, but is there something down that way? Do I really care? I wonder if like they were actually trying to be like this was the new Mass Effect. Just going by the music alone. I mean, to be honest, I really like Mass Effect as an intellectual property. I wanted to do a bit of that, but ironically there's too much talking throughout it for me to actually do a decent job of it. Because I couldn't add much to the game itself.
It would seem to have healing properties.
Far Testament. Timeless Riser. A yeam of Gillen his acre. Yet we goddess land for the working. Families born unto Damask. 500 years for goddess toilage. Together or slavery. Godsmen descend from God's work. Pray thee, great and valiant spirit hand. Although God's men served the families, so toilage for no qualm. On land in the pits. Hunter family. Hunter Gillen his acre. God damn upon the Godsman Deso. Translation from Proto-Gothic. Amos' note. There seems to be some generational nuance shift. Most bad battery. I am Timus Rizel. I came from Gillen's acre, where we had all worked with the Emperor. Their families which came to Damask, which worked the land so faithfully for 500 years, have either been killed or enslaved. A mission where someone from elsewhere came, allegedly spread to the light of the Emperor. But for the last year, forced us to work beneath the mines in the North Guam, and the last of my family, the last of my village, were cursed to enclose the accessor. So, that's actually a character in the book that you speak to.
The caves beneath North Quam were filled with a toxic gas. I had to move quickly.
It's not kidding. Yeah.
Master, see there. Another kind of electrically active plant.
We must find some way across.
So I'm guessing that a lot of the, from what I remember, a lot of the characters in the book are reduced as data slates.
The gases are toxic. Move swiftly.
They're also flammable. Who'd have thunk it, right?
The gases are toxic. Move swiftly.
Okay, so touching them explodes them. I'm gonna look for treasure. I don't know why I'm that bothered. I'm not really coming back to the game after this, am I? I don't know, maybe I would actually. It has a certain charm.
The gases are toxic. Move swiftly.
Oh, no, I don't want to lower the difficulty too easy. It doesn't really make much difference, does it? You've kind of seen the height of the game's gone. And it's New Game Plus.
The gases are toxic. Move swiftly.
Really? I can't jump down there. I can't heal myself either.
Master, the explosion has burned away some of the gas.
Ah, okay. I get it now. Jesus Christ. Oh. We had to come back up here all along. Great. All this was an opposite. Oh no! Hit the A button. Yeah, this isn't even the worst part. Oh no. Yes, I think some jinx will be in order. Yeah, it does help if you try to use both hands, Grigor. Well, like this. No doubt there's going to be guards. Or full health. Okay, we don't go that way, we go this way. I think. Just assume that if I get too close, it kills me. Yeah, probably don't want to do that while I'm in the gas, do I? Oh, I can't jump up there. What a bloody swizz. This isn't even the worst part. This isn't the part I'm talking about. There is a worse part than this. Oh, fuck you. Can we skip this shit? We've seen it once already. There's just sometimes where I'm like, I don't need to watch all of that. I don't need to go through this sequence every single time. The checkpoint should be here. So I could jump that way, but I can't go that way. What the fuck is this? Oh, of course I've got to scan it, haven't I? My health's full, so I don't need to. Right, let's find another way. Let's not touch the red crystals yet. Right. Let's burn away the gas when we didn't need to. Yeah, we no longer need it. Don't worry about it. Great. Good Christ. Oh, so the gas does come back. It's not it's only temporary, okay. Slave hunting. The slaves keep escaping. We might be holding the whips, but it feels like we're working us just as hard as the miserable peasants. Bastard Locust said the next time one escapes, he'll kill the guards on duty. I guess whose shift it was when the corrupt little weaklings decided to make a break for it. And here I am, scouring the caverns through poison, mist, and earthquakes. I'm sure Lockwood objective will bring back their heads instead. The worms can hardly stand as is. So it's the poison mist, I can't see where I'm going. Go down this way. Okay. Oh, this is nice. And convenient. I'll tell you when we're at the worst bit.
This area has clearly been excavated. We are no longer in just natural caverns.
You don't say.
This is old, but the damage is new.
The wheel graves on Bonaventure. There were famous old sites in the Western Hills, made by races before man.
There were
Decorated
famous.
once, I suppose, but the surfaces had been cut away, ransacked by later hands. It reminds me of this.
There are many who make a trade in archaeological plunder, and if it's Xenos artifacts, the penalty is high.
See, this is what I mean by voice direction being as important, if not more important, than the voice acting itself. The voice director should have been, the voice actor director should have been the one to say, that's a mistake. Your line should be, they were famous. Also, as well, whether we've the character we're supposedly meant to have isn't even with us. Elizabeth Beckman, who said that.
Perhaps this was such a site, connected in some way to the as yet mysterious Saruthi.
You didn't have to kill him, Locke.
His life was worth nothing, and his clumsiness cost us much.
I can repair the tablet.
Listen, let us handle the worker slaves and you attend the Xenos artifacts. The sooner we have extracted the last of these Saruthi tablets, the sooner we can get away from this infested Blackwater.
Well, that's the last of today's batch packed up. We'll be finished soon enough.
Okay, let's head back up to the surface. Beating slaves makes for thirsty work, huh?
I began to feel the oppressive throb of the psychic veil shrouding North Quam. As we penetrated it, I listened out for the sound of alarms or activity. But none came. Though she didn't know it, Bequin was already doing her job by creating a dead spot that allowed us to press on invisibly. I made sure none of us strayed too far from her aura of influence. Be mindful of drones and cameras.
What was that? You've made a huge mistake.
An intruder!
Get out of here, you by your useless day. Found you, scum. What was that? That you sc- An intruder! Stop! Be gone, heretic!
Would help, wouldn't it, if I turned the microphone back on? I haven't said anything of importance, to be honest, so... But then you've been watching long enough to know. I thought I was waiting for them. Jesus Christ, this is going to take... Taking to the North Quam using the excavation elevator. Apparently that's a thing you can do.
Perhaps there is another route I could take.
Oh, fuck. Okay, there's another scene that's funny. Like, I love the game, but my god, and I think I actually love it because of the low production values.
Without speaking, I could hear his voice in my head. His presence was so foul, I barely managed not to vomit.
You will not deny me any longer, you human filth.
You will show me respect, Mandragore. Respect.
My masters await the perfect completion of this task. They will not idle their time while you vermin
You will
dawdle.
abide by our pact. You will keep to our agreement.
Carrion, Fulgrim worthy of Slanish, champion of the Emperor's children. Your presence here honors us, but you will not harm us. Never raise your hand to us again. Never. Datso was simply the most potent psyker I had ever encountered. With his mind alone, he had forced down one of the vilest of the traitors, a space marine sworn to the corrupt service of chaos. Eisenhorn. In that second, I realized that wherever Beckwin had gone, he left us exposed, outside the veil of her untouchable aura.
Keep looking.
The audio mixing there was like, also pretty cack as well.
What are you waiting for? Kill them!
So, explosive instructions, attach explosives to target, detonate explosives using the link terminal. Oh, look at that. Chaos terminal.
Keep looking.
With a ecclesiastical symbol there as well, imperial symbol.
Nothing. Come on.
Where do we go?
Where is it? Come on.
Oh, come on, even if it's a vent, just give me something.
Come on! Keep looking!
Basically, just wait for that.
Nothing.
Why do I have to use the corrupted town?
Come on!
Is there anything in here?
This way.
Okay, right.
Find him!
Still.
That's explosives. Okay.
Where is he?
So now the terminal's gone green, that's good.
Where is he?
We've got to fight a few more waves first before we can detonate them.
Step back.
I think I have some red armor, I think. Oh shit. I didn't realise I was still in combat. Start again.
Come on!
Ah, I see, you get there's multiple explosive places.
Gone, heretic.
Where is he? Keep looking. Come on!
Right, now.
Keep looking! Nothing. This way. Where is it?
What are you waiting for? Kill them!
Still.
Nothing. Come on!
So can I take more explosives or what? How does this work? It said explode them from the terminal, didn't it?
Nothing. This way. Nothing.
Finish them now!
Or we're just waiting for waves.
there. Come on.
Right.
This way.
The ash cannot hide you from my mind, Inquisitor.
We're finally making some progress. Again, not even the worst bit yet. We've got a long way to go, I think, before then. I think we're finding more coins on easy mode as well, so...
Stop playing games. What will you do?
Eisenhorn.
Oh.
Elizabeth swiftly to nullify this psychic attack.
I think he's getting the guards to explode their heads on me. I must admit, I sort of like this environment. Reminds me a bit like Dishonored.
You've made a huge mistake.
We've spotted the girl.
I'm on my way.
So, if I were to grind for the achievements, which I doubt I will, easy mode might be the way to do it. Or a cheat engine. That is very clever. I'll be able to use your mind powers because of Datso. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that is clever. Ah, so I think I was going the wrong way before. Yes, I think running up to enemies very quickly and very noisily is the new art of stealth.
An intruder!
I see you,
Intruder! Found you, intruder. God, what are you doing? What are you?
Yeah, still not the worst bit. I don't even remember this bit from before. That stuns the Server Skulls. Server Skull! Just Johnbonne me. Right, no, I've just come this way, haven't I? I'm meant to be going down this way to get into the house. Oh. Have I been here? Oh, am I going up? No. Already been in here. Right. Where the fucking hell? Avoid being seen. Oh well, let's let you know, eh?
I heard something.
Various dominators, the Eye of Terror. Segments of solars. And Holy Terror. This is a really good map. Like, this is probably in some sort of rules book, but yeah, like, it's good. Fishing.
The sight of the foul mandragora had sent Beckwith fleeing in blind panic. Like me, she made the mistake of looking at the runes and marks on his vile armor. Unlike me, she hadn't had the sense to look away. She couldn't speak. She barely registered us. But we were back inside her muzzling aura and out of Datso's clutches for the moment.
What now? They'll regroup quickly enough.
Midas is coming. We have to get back to the landing yard. It's the only area big enough.
He's going to fly into this? He'll be killed. And even if he does pick us up, they'll launch interceptors from the fleet. They'll launch them the moment he powers up for takeoff.
It'll be tight. Dawn attending Aegis. Main yard area.
Aegis, main yard in 5. The heavens falling.
Onwards we go. They're worth scanning. My god. Yes. Blanche's artwork is very evocative. His influence on Warhammer cannot be overstated.
We have to keep going, please.
Yeah, and I was saying before, the audio mixing as well is a bit bad, because like some of the characters are louder than others, like when Datso was speaking earlier. It's just like, why is he this quiet?
Intruder! Damn scum. What are you doing here? You made it, you just back.
Right, any coins, anything to scan, anything to look at. I'll jump up there. Is there going to be treasure up here? I failed even that. Jesus web. So look. Captain Estrom from over on Glor, Subject Security. The items we have left in your care are of paramount importance to our mission. Make sure that you assign your most vigilant and trusted troops to protect them. Should anything appear to be disturbed, I must be informed immediately. Just that again.
As I got closer, I could sense something terrible within.
We have to get out of here. We have to get the hell out of here.
Come on! Eisenhorn, what are you playing at?
These are Glor's things.
Aegis, main yard in 2.
Got it. Let's move.
Get out of here! Stop playing games! An intruder!
Roger that.
Yeah, he's definitely something else. The thing is, like, a lot of the designs here, like a lot of the paint schemes, like, have definitely inspired other people to paint their sounds in a number of ways. I doubt the game could take all the credit, but there might have been the box art, but yeah.
Eisenhorn is here.
That was not as cool as they thought it would be, was it? Alright, let's deal with these first. Oh, I can't skip it? Oh, wait. Yeah, still not the worst bit. But we are coming to a funny bit. Yeah, also the sound of his bolt gun there. Oh, never mind, we've just done the fight.
Not a step closer. 1 second fuse. Another step and all this will be gone.
For pity's sake, do as he says. You can't hope to escape, Inquisitor.
Back off. Grab the crate. Midas, set down. Hatch open.
Understood. Be advised, there are 3 Navy interceptors inbound. Arrival in 3.
Standoff, Inquisitor.
Get your men to lower their weapons, even the ones I can't see. Midas, train the wing cannons on myself and the chaser. If anything happens to us, open fire.
Confirmed.
Shoot us and the crate is vaporized.
Weapons down.
Now call off those interceptors. Order them right back to their carrier. Now!
The interceptors have aborted their run. They're turning back.
What now?
No, indeed. We had the upper hand for a moment. Didn't dare shoot or rush us. Becklin was blocking Gatso and any other psycho they had. An answer or two.
Eisenhorn.
This material is Archaeo-Xenon from an old Saruthi site. Clearly has value to you because it must have value to the Saruthi. You're recovering it for them in return for what?
I'm not about to tell you anything. I'm not even going to confirm your suppositions.
Confirm, you mean?
Therefore, my question...
I get words wrong a lot of the time.
Now,
I have a speech impediment, it doesn't help.
Unmolested.
so put down the crate and leave.
This crate is the only thing that's stopping you from obliterating us. It comes with us as insurance.
But when you're monetizing a video game, there's a certain expectation.
We could never recover the artifact, even if we agreed to save passage. Of course.
See, the audio mixing there, his voice is way quieter.
Would not honor any deal struck with me. No agreement can be made between us.
The horn blaring, again, shouldn't be that loud.
We have no other surety.
We're not here to offer you surety, Flesh Blister. Only death.
You should keep him out of the negotiations. We are leaving with the crate because you will destroy us otherwise.
No. You are tripping on your own smooth logic. If we are to lose those artifacts forever, I'd rather it was here, with your deaths as consolation. If you try to leave with the crate, we will fire anyway and damn the consequences. Set them down, and I will give you 10 heartbeats to live.
I could tell it was no bluff. They would go only so far to protect their trinkets, and they were fools. They knew I would never return these items. If we tried to board with the crate, they would fire at once. Throw the crate down, I say.
Are you sure?
Do as I say. Midas?
Ready droid. Ready cannon.
Now!
So the Astartes couldn't catch up to Eisenhorn. The gun cannons, the gun cutters cannons had no sound.
And the close proximity of Obol, Damas's furious moon, we would have been annihilated by the heretic fleet. The ships of Captain Estrom's...
If this was the trailer, this would have sold people.
We lost the 6
Any other actual gameplay.
vast caves. After 40 hours of waiting in the dark and cold with all systems powered down,
It's the Battlefield Gothic art, I think.
the fabric of the fathomless immaterium told us they had left. A further 26 hours later, Maxilla brought the Essene.
The Essene or the Ascend.
There, Inquisitor.
Still in one piece, though it was close.
I'm sorry I had to desert you, but you saw the size of that battle group.
I'm hoping you can tell me where it went.
Naturally. The navigators have analyzed the warp wake of the departing fleet and made a number of algorithmic computations. The heretics are moving out of the Helican subsector, out of Imperial space itself, into the forbidden stellar territories of a breed I believe are known as the Saruthi.
I had guessed as much. But that in itself is a considerable area, more than a dozen systems. We need specifics.
Our charts have it as KCX-1288. Under optimal conditions, it's 30 weeks away from there. Of course, they will presume us to be following, even if they think you're dead. They'll know you must have had a starship bring you here. One they couldn't find.
What do you know of the Saruthi and their territory?
Nothing. I've never traveled there.
I thought this a curiously brief answer for a man so usually talkative.
So, apart from our knowledge of where they're going, have we any other advantages?
We have the Pontius.
We are almost done with our preparations to activate the foul mechanism.
Almost?
Yes. Even in its dormant state, the device is releasing energies. I am concerned we may not be able to stabilize the device for activation safely.
Eisenhorn's data stock. Best Stratum Water Librarian. Best of the library contains 2071 scribed works, however many data rate extort works, 38 codex merged into cleared works. Authorization cleared. Wisdom is the beginning of fear. Mattis.
I'm worried for the girl, Gregor. She may be a looker, but she's no Vibin.
So she's from Bonaventure. Bonaventure does actually appear in my short stories. I made a point of mentioning it.
I have notified the Inquisition of our progress as you requested, Master.
Yeah. Johnbonne apparently got his name from there. Or, he basically destroyed the entire infrastructure of the planetary governance. So, 20 watts, physical capacity 440 watts. That's really good, that! For 20 watts! For his brain. My CPU isn't that good.
We should train more while we have the chance, Inquisitor.
Yes, where's it at?
Be gone, heretic.
Oh, it's fucking broken it. The game is bossed. Great. Let's go back to the main menu and start again.
We are almost done with our preparations to activate the foul mechanism.
Almost?
Yes. Even in its dormant state, the device is releasing energies. I am concerned we may not be able to stabilize the device for activation safely. Activate the casket.
Ah, I do it through the will.
Gregor, the power source.
Okay.
Pontius Glory.
What have you woken me to?
What is the last thing you remember?
Oh, the lighting.
Promises. Where is Urizel?
Temper. I am Eisenhorn, Imperial Inquisitor. You are my prisoner, and you only enjoy cognitive function because I allow it. You will answer my questions.
I will.
Amos, disconnect this menace and prepare it for disintegration.
Wait.
I know that your life and intellect were preserved in this device, Pontius Glory. I know you have waited 2 centuries, trapped in a bodiless state, desperate to be made whole again. That is what your family promised you, wasn't it?
Urizel promised. He said it to be so. The methods were prepared.
To sacrifice the nobility of hubris so that their life energies might be siphoned off into you through this casket. To give you the power to create a body for yourself.
He promised.
Uricel and the others abandoned you, Pontius. They abandoned the hubris project at the last minute in favor of something else. They are now all in the custody of the Inquisition.
They would not.
I'm sure they wouldn't. Unless it was something so vital, so unmissable they had no choice. You'd know what that would be. Wouldn't you? What would be more important to them than you, Pontius Glory?
Nope. Bollocks. See, with Beckwin being a psychic blank, she's probably causing great torment to Galore here. Love the sounds.
They are not cool.
What? Who are not?
I can. If you had them, you would not be asking these questions. They are for you and you will not.
Not at all. You know how it is. So many lies, so many conflicting stories. Your pitiful family trying to sell each other out in exchange for freedom. I came to you for the truth.
No. Credible, but no.
know what it is, Pontius?
No.
You know what it is. They woke you from time to time to keep you informed. Woke you from the oblivion that surrounds you in that globe. Beneath House Glor, for example, in that chapel they built to contain you. I saw you there. You subdued me with your power.
I would do so again.
You know what it is. They told you.
No.
You're lying.
Not much use then.
We're just beginning.
Perhaps I should try.
How? Exactly.
I've scoured every data slate we have and found almost nothing on the Ceruthi. It might be worth speaking to Maxilla again, hmm?
Master, the psychic emissions from that thing in the hold are almost too much to bear.
How many coins do you have out of curiosity? 4,000, yeah. What side are we on? Not much. I'll say not much weekend left. I don't actually know what I'd do with it.
That girl needs more training, Inquisitor.
I don't actually know what I'd be doing if I weren't playing this. I mean, more Sims probably, but yeah, I'm looking at a PC that I can't afford.
Was the universe always this dark, Gregor?
Tobias,
Yes, Gregor.
tell me about the Ceruthi. Tell me why you claimed to know nothing of them when I told you we were heading into their territory.
Because such places are forbidden. Because you are an Inquisitor. And it does not do to admit transgressions to one such as you.
You have aided me eagerly and generously up to now, Tobias. I suspected your motives at first, a detail for which I have apologized. I see now you are as keen to serve the Emperor of Mankind as I. It troubles me that you would withhold information now.
It does more than trouble me, Gregor. It has plagued me. A crisis of conscience.
It is time to speak, then. Imperial knowledge of the Ceruthi is scant, and as you say, forbidden. I am more than aware that rogue traders know a great deal more about the outside systems and their species than we do. You are no rogue, but you are of the merchant elite. I think it unlikely that you have never come across any information pertaining to this Xenos breed.
As a young man, over 90 years ago, I traveled into Ceruthi space. I was a junior crewman aboard a rogue trader called the Promethean. I never left the bowels of the ship, or went to the surface of any worlds. All I knew was the miserable duration of the voyage. As I understand it, it took the senior officers a long time to find the Ceruthi at all, and even then they were less than forthcoming. The third officer, a man I knew reasonably well, confided to me that the Ceruthi played tricks on trade envoys, hid from them, tormented them.
Tormented how?
Their worlds were eerie, disarming, uncomfortable. Something about the angles, the officer said.
The angles?
As if something ill and twisted had infected their dimensions. We came back empty-handed after a year. Many of the crew quit and left the Promethean on our return. Especially when the captain declared he was going to try again. I quit then too, but only because I couldn't face another year below decks. Perhaps you can see why I was unwilling to tell you these things before. Because there is nothing useful to tell, except to incriminate myself by admitting I had gone beyond.
In future, do not hold information back from me.
I will not.
Tobias, you say the voyage of the Promethean was long and fruitless, and the crew members were tormented by the beings they eventually encountered. Do you not have misgivings about returning there?
Of course. But I am bound to serve you as an agent of the Emperor, and I will do so without question. Besides, part of me is curious. I want to see the Ceruthi with my own eyes.
Okay. Well, checking on the Pontius, and I think we'll call it there again. I could probably finish the game. Interrogation Project Law. Today I conducted our interview in a different manner. After a week of its insults and curses, I greeted him pleasantly. I thought you were a friend, rather than a notorious heretic. He responded with a passage from the famous Ecclesiarch Pan's Narrative on Humanity. Intrigued, I questioned him about the manuscript, and for an hour we discussed the strengths and flaws of some of the Imperium's most reverend philosophers. I should not be so taken aback that an educated nobleman could recite from literary classics. However, I must admit that I enjoyed the conversation with him. Before I closed our discussion, he expressed a fondness for the Summit School's architecture throughout the Helican subsector, notably the examples of Hesperus. I believe that conducting interviews in a more amicable manner may grant clues more easily than repeated calls for a confession. I found myself somewhat unnerved at the end of our session of it. It was a salutary reminder of the quality of mind that chaos can steal. The greatest of us, the brightest, the most urbane and learned, can fall prey. Elizabeth will be here to begin her plan at the end of next week. We shall have to see if our combined efforts might discover what this fiend is hiding from us. Gregor Eisenhorn. Yeah, that's the sort of stuff he gets with the book. She's very good. Got another fucking event. I suppose it was a chance to read the book, I guess, but good God.
I tell you much, you tell me little. That was not the deal, Pontius. How can I communicate your will to your allies if I know nothing of the true matter?
You should go before they discover you. Eisenhorn is becoming suspicious.
Tell me, Pontius. We're nearly there. The window for communicating with your allies is closing.
The necrotooth. That is what we are after, Elizabeth.
Well, I never.
The necrotooth. I had wondered what could be so precious, so important as to galvanize our enemies so, make them risk so much. I had my answer. Legend said the last extant copy of that abominable work had been destroyed millennia before. Except that by some means, in antique ages past, a copy had come into the hands of the Saruthi race, and now they were preparing to trade it back to Glor's Imperial heretics. The Essene burst back into real space, deep within system KCX-1288 on the 31st week of the voyage. The local star was a vast, swollen fireball, pulsing and retching out its last few million years of life. Alarms and sirens shrilled as the Essene was battered by immeasurable radiation and waves of searing star debris. The whole system was in a state of collapse.
I think that's where we'll end it for this part, so we'll do the next one. I'll see you there. I'm going to do it right away now, so see you then in part 4 or 5, whichever. Bye.